Stop loss, take profit, and lot size. Whenever we buy or sell in trading, we must set a stop loss at a certain price. We must set take profit at a certain price. We don't just use any price, but it's a price that is determined by an area. I'll show you how to determine that. Beginners and advanced traders, they struggle a lot to actually set a stop loss properly. We don't use any price to set a stop loss. Now, beginners, you might not know what is a stop loss. Stop loss is simple. When we set a stop loss, what we simply mean that we want to cut a loss at a certain price, meaning that we want to risk, let's say, $1, and we set it at this price. And then we'll lose $1, which means the trade will be closed automatically. For take profit, the trade will take a profit automatically without us being there, which means the trade will be closed automatically. Trade, we're talking about, you see, this is MetaTrader 5, and this is the section codes, charts, trade. When we go to trade, we have an open position of a trade here. This is the trade that will be closed automatically without you doing anything. Do we understand? That's the work of a take profit. Now we have a lot size. A lot size is a volume that we use, and we have another tutorial on this channel that you have to watch so that you understand how to actually understand a lot size, how it works, and which lot size you should use for an account that you have. And how can you determine that? So there are calculations that are involved, and check the lesson in this channel. Now, when we buy or sell, setting a stop loss is simple. But where can you set it? It's a bit tricky. So setting a stop loss in this way, let me just guide you well so that you understand and don't make any mistakes. Now, this is actually gold versus the US dollar. And we're also trading it here. This is gold versus the US dollar. We are in profit either, by the way. Now, we can go to the section charts. You can open your app. You can get this app from Google Play Store. If you're an advanced trader already, you know actually what's happening here. Now, when we look here, a stop loss for buy is always below. A stop loss for sell is always above. It does not change. Are we together? Now, when we use a stop loss, we use this price here on the right. We use this price on the right so that we can close the trade, or we can set not to close the trade, we can set the price, or we can copy the price and place it when we open a trade. Let's say right now we opened a buy over here, or we want to open a buy. You come to section codes here and you tap on any asset that you would like to trade, and this will actually pop out, and you go to new order. New order, this is where we paste our price, where we want to set a take profit, stop loss and take profit. Do you understand? If you have some difficulties in setting that, please let me know. It's super simple and easy. Now, I want you to note that we're using a structure. Let's actually use an example that is actually real. Now, since I've mentioned here with the buying and selling of this asset, let's say we buy by market, sell by market, we have to set a stop loss at a certain price. We cannot just use this plus and negative icon over here, but we need to understand where we have to set a stop loss. In this case, we can actually go back like this, and we tap on gold once, we tap on it, and we go to what? We go to chart. Once we're in chart, this is what we will see. So let's say right now we want to make a sell over here on gold, all right? And we want to set a stop loss. Let's zoom in. This is MetaTrader 5, and MetaTrader 5 is much better than MetaTrader 4. Let's place a sell. Let's tap on sell. There we go. You can see our order is here, and the order is actually executed as with a sell over here. Stop loss must be above. So we can choose any price over here, but then this is just for making sure that you understand, because we need a structure. We need a structure, which means that we need a strategy to determine where we can set a stop loss. We can use candlesticks. Let's say in this case, we want to put it here above this candlestick, this red one, this one that is actually happening at the moment. So what we will do in this case, we'll just tap on this dot line here that is horizontal, this line here. We'll tap on it, and when we look below here, these will pop out. And we tap on SL, or we tap on TP. Are we together? We tap on SL and TP. We'll go to TP, but let's start with SL. So when you tap on SL on MT4, once you tap it will be colored in this way, and then you'll be able to see this dot line here, or not dot line. This is actually a complete line, fully line, and you tap and drag it to the upside, just like that. You move it up, and there we go. We have our stop loss. What is good about MetaTrader 5 is that it will automatically count the amount of money that you are risking, the number of points that are there. Some of you might not know what the points, what is this happening here. SL 4.69469. You might not understand, but we have another tutorial on this channel so that you can understand what are points and understand what are pips and how to calculate that, so that you can actually make wiser trading decisions. Now we can actually go ahead with the arrow down here and modify the position just like that, and we go to modify. Now before we go to modify, we have this price. You can see where the price is. This is the price. Are we together? And then we can click on modify, just like that. You've managed to set your stop loss, and your SL is here. If we go to this side and we tap on this one just once, you'll be able to see the SL here, which is 3045.32. That's your SL. Simple. Now we go to charts. Okay, we go to charts, and when we go to charts, this is what we will see. Setting a take profit is the same procedure. You tap on this dot line once. You don't tap many times, and this will pop out. You tap on TP, and once you tap on TP, immediately you will be able to see this line, and you just move it. You move this line. Maybe let's say you move it here where you want to take a profit. Here on the right, you can see the price, and below you'll be able to come here and click this arrow, and you click modify. But before you click modify, this is the price where the take profit will be taken automatically, and then you click on what? Modify. That's it. You are done with setting stop loss for a sell. You can do that for a buy. Are we together? Do you understand? Now with the MT4, it might be tricky to actually set a stop loss, but then it's quite simple. It's the same thing, just that you have to understand the pricing. Let's say right now we go to gold, we tap on it once, we can go to open chart, or we can go to new order. It doesn't matter. But then the main thing still remains that we have this where we have to set the take profit and stop loss. We need the price. Are we together? Now let's actually look at something that you might actually not know at the moment. So let's actually understand that whenever we set a stop loss, a take profit, let's tap on NZD/USD. We go to symbol properties, or properties. If you're using an iPhone, you go to details. You click on symbol properties, and you'll be able to see what we call stop level. Stop level. It's some advanced stop loss that is actually set by the broker, that they do not want you to set a stop loss before the market. Let's say right now that's 8. You cannot set a stop loss that is tight. Are we together? You cannot set a stop loss that is tight. So you must always set a stop loss that is actually away from the market, and you have an understanding how to actually set that. So that's actually how you set a stop loss. And if you have any difficulties, please let me know so that we can actually look into that. It's quite simple. And stop loss for selling, stop loss for buying, and stop loss for actually buying, it's actually the same as the stop loss for selling. It's just that it's opposite. That's it. That's the only difference when you're using the asset. So now, another thing that I wanted us to pay attention to is that when we are using the lot size, here, we must understand that the more you add it, the more the amount of money you are risking, and the less you decrease it, the less amount of money you are risking. So keep that in mind, and always make sure that you protect your account. So remember, when we trade, the leverage will play a big role as how much money you need to trade the market. So on our next tutorial, please make sure that you check our channel, subscribe, and we'll actually look into the information so that you can actually understand much better and have a clear vision as to how to actually trade on margin, so that you can understand setting a stop loss and setting take profit. Don't be fooled by the unlimited leverage. Don't be fooled by the credit that they give you when you deposit money. Just understand that whenever we trade, you are risking only the number of points. You are risking the number of points, so you must make sure that you understand where your stop loss is going to be placed and where your take profit is going to be placed, or else you're not going to make much money. So with the market conditions, I don't want us to be long in this tutorial because you might actually miss the point of actually where to set a stop loss. So let's look at the market here. This is the structure of this market. So let's say right now we've made a buy. The stop loss must be below the candlesticks and for buy. And let's say we've made a sell. The stop loss must be above here because we have what? We have an area of actually what? Resistance here. We have an area of what? Of support below here. So this is the area where our stop loss will be set. However, before we get in a trade, we need to measure from this point here where we have to buy, and this point here we have to set stop loss. How many points do we have? If we have more points, then we're not actually interested in trading that. We are only interested in trading when the market is actually giving us an opportunity to trade and risk less. So with that being said, I love you all. Stay blessed.